As you enter the room, statues of angels I did not mention come alive and attack you. You defend yourself against the statues, though they seem more difficult to slay with swords. Uh, but if you have specific magic or bludgeoning weapons, you might shatter them more easily. After a while, you probably succeed at destroying the things attacking you, the inanimate, magically animate statues of angels that attacked you. You destroy them, and you finally go up to level 5. In the next empty room, a small grove of trees surrounds the stone floor of this room, standing amidst snow-covered benches and a stone ball full of ice. The normal floor tiles of the dungeon give way to a beautiful wintry landscape. As you look up to see the top of a giant fir tree in the corner, the stone ceiling blocks your view. The scenic winter wonderland is real, created by an artist of unsurpassed talent. With several sets of marvelous pigments, the trees, though not alive, are real. The snow and ice are real. Anyone can walk among the trees and kick up some snow. There are no magical illusions in this room, but the walls are painted in such a way to trick the viewer's eye. You believe the room extends for miles, when actually it ends approximately 10 feet past the corner of the walls. You are safe right here. The optical illusion is perfect. You find creatures here, but they are resting. This is a safe place, and no combat happens here. You should be getting comfortable now, so you might want to grab something to snack on while I speak at you. You can't stay at the small grove of trees surrounding the stone floor, standing amidst snow-covered benches and whatnot on the ice. You can't stay at this tranquil place forever. You must depart, otherwise the story would just end with you being in that one room the whole time. So you leave that tranquil room that you felt like you could have stayed there forever. You leave there to continue adventuring in this horrible, celestial-built, millennium-old dungeon. This empty room has a dense fog. It fills the room, obscuring sight and muffling sounds. Footsteps can be heard walking away from the door through the fog. But beyond that, you find yourself completely isolated from the world around you. All the sound in this room is magically dampened past 10 feet. This means that you're venturing more than 10 feet away from each other, lose contact completely until they stumble upon each other again in the fog. The footsteps start and stop every few seconds and eventually lead to a door out of the room. It's almost like some unseen servant helped you get through the fog. You go into the next empty room. The interior of this room reeks of rotting flesh, and flies buzz loudly in the center of the room. A pile of charred wood is surrounded by 6 humanoid corpses. Another corpse lies on its side, partially leaning against the wall opposite the door. All the bodies are in similar states of decay and have been stripped of everything of value. So there's nothing of value in this room. The corpses are of 6 goblins that got lost in the dungeon and finally settled down here to rest before taking up their wandering again. Unfortunately for the goblins, the fellow on watch fell asleep and the whole group was killed by other inhabitants of the dungeon. We're having a really good time with each other, with the whole group. There's probably at least a dozen of us. Have you ever hung out with this many friends before? And we all have such great speaking roles, and we all entertain each other and ourselves.